Ever wonder what Wall Street has in common with a night at the club? Forget boring charts and stuffy analysts. Tonight we're diving into the world of the stripper index. Is it a myth or a secret economic weapon? Can a dancer's paycheck really predict the next recession? Buckle up, because we're about to get a little more real than those sequined G-strings. Let's see if the stripper index can show us the money. Literally. Imagine an economic indicator as whimsical yet eerily prescient as the flutters of a butterfly's wings hinting at a forthcoming storm. What if the number of individuals choosing to work as strippers could serve as a barometer for impending financial upheaval? Dubbed the stripper index, this unconventional economic indicator suggests that during times of economic uncertainty, an increased enrollment of individuals into the stripping profession correlates with looming recessions. While it might initially seem frivolous, a closer inspection reveals that it taps into the same vein of economic desperation and shifts in discretionary spending that precede broader economic downturns. Such indices, existing at the periphery of traditional economic measures, offer fascinating insights but demand a nuanced interrogation of their predictive powers compared to established econometric models. This video embarks on a journey to explore these unconventional heralds of economic change, delving into their reliability, implications, and the esoteric signals they may indeed capture about our economic future.
Economic indices have long served as compasses guiding financial markets and policymakers through the turbulent seas of global economies. Initially formulated from straightforward metrics like GDP growth rates and unemployment figures, these indicators have evolved to encompass a broad spectrum of economic activities and sentiments. Just as the old ticker tapes once relayed vital stock information, today's economic indices aggregate complex data, offering snapshots of economic health and future forecasts. The evolution from traditional to more nuanced, sometimes quirky indices like the stripper index reflects a financial ecosystem's increasing complexity and the unending quest for more timely predictive tools. The diversity of these indices speaks to the myriad factors influencing economic environments. They not only mirror the economy, but at times predict its swings with uncanny accuracy.
The concept of the stripper index arose from anecdotal observations in the late 1990s. Economists noted that as economic downturns loomed, there seemed to be a spike in the number of individuals engaging in the stripping profession, a barometer of economic desperation and shifts in discretionary spending. To contextualize, during economic prosperity, discretionary spending soars, sparing fewer individuals the necessity of resorting to professions such as stripping. Conversely, as economic conditions worsen, options dwindle, prompting an increase in such job roles. This index serves not only as a reflection of economic climate, but also as a commentary on societal conditions and labor dynamics during times of financial stress. Evaluating the efficacy of unconventional economic indices, such as the stripper index, involves a blend of qualitative and quantitative approaches. These indices often capture underlying social and economic shifts that are not immediately apparent through traditional measures. Statistical analysis shows that while these indices are not as robust in isolation, they significantly enhance the predictive power of composite economic models when used in conjunction with traditional indicators. Their real value may lie in their ability to act as early warning systems, offering a prelude to more pronounced economic signals picked up by conventional benchmarks. These indices often manifest the first subtle signs of change, making them invaluable for preemptive economic analysis.
In the realm of economic forecasting, traditional econometric models, grounded in decades of data and refined methodologies, have been the gold standard. However, the dynamic and often unpredictable nature of global economies calls for supplementary indicators that can provide earlier signs of change. Unconventional indices, while occasionally dismissed for their less rigorous foundations, have shown remarkable correlation with economic downturns, as seen in retrospective analyses. In cases like the 2008 financial crisis, the Stripper Index and similar metrics flagged warning signs well before traditional models registered significant distress. The efficacy of unconventional economic indices can be further understood by examining their behavior during distinct economic downturns. Here we delve into 5 pivotal economic declines, observing the interplay of traditional economic signals and the more esoteric indicators like the Stripper Index. The Great Depression of the 1930s is often cited as the ultimate test of economic resilience and forecasting. Traditional economic indicators failed to predict the sharp decline in the stock market and the subsequent economic fallout. Interestingly, while there was no known Stripper Index at the time, analogous social indicators such as crime rates and employment in alternative industries could potentially have served as proxies, revealing the escalating economic desperation much earlier than stock market crashes and banking crises did. The 1973 oil crisis, triggered by geopolitical tensions, led to skyrocketing oil prices and inflation, severely impacting global economies. Traditional economic indicators slowly reacted to the energy shortages and their implications. In contrast, unconventional indices like the Burger Index, which measures the cost of basic goods such as a burger across different regions, showed immediate impacts on purchasing power, signaling broader economic distress long before traditional metrics responded. Triggered by a collapse in commercial real estate and restrictive monetary policies, the early 1990s recession was another period where traditional indicators lagged. The Stripper Index, on the other hand, indicated a rise in individuals seeking alternative employment much earlier, hinting at underlying economic strains. This correlation underscores the potential of such unconventional indicators to provide early warnings, even when traditional metrics show no immediate cause for alarm. The burst of the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s led to a significant economic slowdown, particularly in technology-heavy indices and employment sectors. Traditional metrics like stock valuations were overly optimistic until the bubble burst. Conversely, indices reflecting discretionary spending and alternative employment began to signal trouble as early as 1999, suggesting that the market correction was imminent and broader than expected by conventional forecasts. Perhaps the most pertinent example, the 2008 financial crisis, saw the Stripper Index and similar unconventional metrics indicating a severe downturn. These indices captured shifts in employment and spending habits that preceded the housing market collapse and the credit freeze. This crisis highlighted the critical role that these peripheral indicators can play in economic prediction and the importance of integrating them with traditional financial models for a more holistic view.
Major financial institutions have played pivotal roles during economic downturns, often acting as both catalysts and stabilizers. Understanding their influence helps contextualize the signals from both traditional and unconventional economic indices. During the periods of economic decline examined, these institutions often amplified economic conditions through their lending policies and investment strategies. For instance, during the 2008 financial crisis, the aggressive mortgage lending practices contributed to the economic collapse, which was initially signaled by unconventional indices. Their role is dual. They reflect the broader economic policies and health through their performance, and are instrumental in shaping the economic landscape, influencing everything from global economic policies to individual financial stability.
Beyond the Stripper Index, there are other unconventional economic indices like the Burger Index, which offers insights into purchasing power parity across different economies by comparing the price of a standard burger. These indices, while quirky, provide tangible links to everyday economic realities, making economic analysis more relatable and understandable to the general public. They also serve as useful tools for spotting trends in consumer behavior that might not yet be evident in more formal economic analyses.
This exploration into both traditional and unconventional economic indices reveals a complex tapestry of indicators that, when woven together, provide a more nuanced view of economic precognition. The Stripper Index, alongside others like the Burger Index, highlights the importance of considering a broad spectrum of societal behaviors and economic activities in forecasting financial downturns. Ultimately, the integration of these unconventional indices into mainstream economic analysis not only enriches our understanding, but also enhances our ability to anticipate and perhaps mitigate the impacts of future economic downturns. As the global economy continues to evolve, so too must our tools for forecasting its future, ensuring that we remain not just reactive but proactive in our economic strategies. The Stripper Index is a catchy, informal term that refers to the idea that trends in the adult entertainment industry, specifically dancer earnings, can foreshadow economic downturns. So, what do you think? Is the Stripper Index the real deal, or just a bunch of glitter? Let me know in the comments, and smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to SciSips for more mind-blowing science content, dives into the wacky world of science, and weekly binge-watch specials.